Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
A lot can happen in 3 years, like a chatbot may be your new best friend. But what won't change? Needing health insurance. United Healthcare Tri-Term Medical Plans, underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, offer flexible, budget-friendly coverage that lasts nearly 3 years in some states. Learn more at uh1.com.
Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
Yes, you might not believe it. You might think we're lying, but January is about to end, motherfuckers. This is not a myth. It's actually ending. February is about to begin. Oh, hallelujah. 2024 can finally begin, right? Right, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, and if anyone's wondering why we have to say this podcast is explicit, it's because Dave says motherfuckers in the first fucking line.
You motherfuckers. Thank you for all listening. It's brilliant. Welcome to the monthly roundup. We've made it to the end of January.
We have.
The longest, coldest, bluest, darkest, miserable, skintest month of the year.
Indeed. Indeed.
I feel like I've come in big today.
You
Rich,
have,
how are you doing?
I'm sort of glad January's over, to be fair. Like,
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
fed up of getting up in the dark, going to work in the dark, coming home in the dark. You know, I'm ready for some daylight.
Daylight and
Also,
some
it'd be
money.
nice if the weather wasn't trying to kill us. We probably deserve it, but, you know, it'd be nice just for, like, you know, my
It's
house
been a
not to be
strange
flooded and the wind's not trying to blow it down and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the three wolves are trying to blow huff and a puff and all that. The last time we spoke was mid-December for our monthly roundup, so a lot
has happened.
We've had Christmas, New Year's, 2 birthdays.
I watched 100 Christmas movies in 70 days. I went mildly insane.
Let's talk about that now, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
You did it. You completed it.
I did it. I completed it. They're all on Letterboxd if people want to go and see my reviews of them. I saw some that I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. How have I never seen it? But most of them I was like, meh. There were some that I thought, that's absolutely terrible and I never want to see it again.
Well, we don't have to worry about them, but what about the really good ones?
There's one called Tokyo Godfathers.
I've heard of this film.
I watched it on Christmas Day.
It.
It's incredible.
Whoa.
It's incredible. I watched it on Christmas Day night and I thought, yeah, I'll just stick it on. It's an anime. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's short. It's like 80 minutes or something. It's great. It's really good.
Because I remember last time we spoke and you're like, oh, there's one called Tokyo Christmas. I don't know what that is
Tokyo
about.
Godfathers. I'd never heard of it. I didn't know what it was like. And I've watched it and it's incredible. I'm going to watch it on other Christmases from now on.
Congratulations for completing that. I'm really proud of you.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
What's next?
I don't know. There's a horror movie one. Not looking for. Not really keen on that.
Whoa.
There's an 80s one and a 90s one. I could do those. There's a sci-fi one. Maybe I'll leave it up to the listeners to decide.
Yeah, listeners, if you want to, Rich needs a new thing to do, and there's these posters where you can scratch off, and there's normally
you can
100
see
of
the
them.
Christmas one behind me. Like Dave can. No one else can see that. Yeah. But, you know, the Christmas one is behind me.
Let us know. I think there's a cult films one.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd love to get him to do the horror one. That would be incredible.
Please don't make me do that.
You mentioned it. I didn't even think it was a thing.
Oh, I don't want to do it though.
So get in contact to let people know. I just got to say quickly, thank you for all the people for listening to the Jacqueline Poole episode that I accidentally republished and confused everyone thinking it was a new episode.
It was the final episode of Series 1, right?
Series 1. And I was updating the artwork because I've never updated the artwork for it, and our uploader has changed a little bit, and I pressed the wrong button. Don't worry, a man on the other end of the computer got a right telling off. But thank you for so many people for re-listening to that episode or re-finding that episode. It's brilliant, because at the time, you know, we weren't really out there. I might do that for the whole of Series 1, to be fair. I might just accidentally re-release them all.
Good shout.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone who got in contact with us throughout the month and said Happy Christmas, Happy New Year's, and all that jazz. Oh, Rich, do you remember what we did this month?
Oh, God, that's a good point. So we kicked off with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, right?
Yep.
That was rubbish.
That was the first one.
And we did our year roundup.
The big yearly roundup, yes.
And then we did our massive disappointing ranking of DC disappointingness.
What a year what a start that is. And now this.
And now our monthly roundup. Feels like we've done a month of roundups.
It does feel like a lot of that. Okay, so we got some things to talk about.
Okay.
Comments. So the Swinging Palm Trees, our good friends of the podcast, he wrote, just finished listening to the episode. This is the yearly roundup one. You guys really went to town on beep, beep, beep for your worst film of the year. Love the episode overall. We did go big.
We did go big because it was rubbish.
Esteban wrote, doing a 500-mile round trip and just flew by. I mean, that worked out well, doing a trip on a car, because that was our longest ever episode, so you're welcome. Loved it, and the comment about having a worst list was spot on. Looking forward to the next 12 months, chaps. Thank you very much. Esteban also said about our DC ranking. Loved it. Surprising results. You mentioned goosebump moments. For me, it was Superman Returns, when the plane is in trouble and Lois sees a flash of blue and red
Superman Returns
past the window.
It's not the DCEU, is it?
I did mention it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Past the window, that makes me tingle. Not in a pervy way, though.
Right.
Tom told us, thanks, guys, for sitting for all those films, so I didn't have to. Think I've seen less than half of them, and I felt like the rest were a waste of time.
Fair play.
I wasn't even that taken by Wonder Woman. Agree with your top 2 picks about the only decent film in the bunch. Farewell, DCEU. You won't be missed.
You're not wrong.
Alex got in contact. Birds of Prey is not as well liked as you two think. To be fair, Alex, we know that Birds of Prey isn't liked, and that is our problem. It's.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't care if other people like it. I like it.
I found it average, but that's still high praise for a DCEU film. Wonder Woman is still the best in my opinion, and then The Suicide Squad, which you know, is all true.
Interesting. I mean, if I think anyone should have those 3 movies, their top 3, whichever order they come in, that's up to you. But yeah, Birds of Prey is top for me because I love it. I really like it.
It is a great film. Paul Evans got in contact about Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. Hi, chaps. Listen to the one above out of curiosity. I only saw the first film last year sometime. I thought it was terrible. So cheesy and bad that I vowed that I should never, ever make it. If they ever made a sequel, I would never, ever waste any time seeing it. I have kept this solemn vow and was surprised to learn how much money the original took. Can't believe anyone gave it a 5-star rating. Yes, Louise. I still cringe when I recall the bikers in the bar asking for a selfie. Look forward to your work in 2024, which is quite good. I've got Regan's got involved, sent some messages again about Twilight.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think, to be honest, just Regan's messages about Twilight is what's keeping me going watching Twilight movies.
She wants us to film us watching part 2 Breaking Dawn.
Oh, what, like a watch along kind of thing?
So she can watch our reactions.
A live reaction.
And I don't think that is fair. Okay, she says, okay, the sex scene in the sea. I've just got that part in the podcast. Well, firstly, they didn't think Edward could have sperm because he's a vampire. They didn't know.
Right, okay.
Well, I think they should have run some tests.
I think they should have got a kryptonite condom or something.
Well, this is her theory. Also, the sea was around body temperature because Edward is super cold and it made him warmer.
We talked about her being paler than him, I think, is what they're...
There was a comment around them using condoms. That's the context there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Also, the baby vampire isn't venomous, apparently. That comes out at the end.
Right.
There's some stuff about part 2, but I can't tell you about that. But yeah, she does want to watch us watch part 2.
Okay.
I don't know how we can organise that technical with our equipment.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to watching Rich watch the ending, personally. I want to see your face.
Okay.
And your opinion.
Maybe we'll watch it when we're on our special weekend away together.
Could you imagine getting our friends, guys? We're just going to watch Breaking Dawn.
By the way, lads, we're going to watch Breaking Dawn Part 2. No, you haven't seen Part 1, but sorry.
We can fill you in and catch you up. Also, Esteban has sent a message about saying this is why HMV needs to exist. Happy New Year, chaps. Hope all as well. I got a voucher, rocked up to HMV and found this, and he sent me a picture of RIPD2. Did you know this? Because I sure hell didn't know it existed.
No, I hadn't even thought about RIPD for a long time.
Because it's a rubbish film again. Yeah. Again, it might become up and disenfranchised. No, it can't now because
it's got a sequel. Yeah.
Oh well, I'll throw that one away. No, I didn't know it was a thing. Will we ever watch it? Only if someone picks it, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It does make me think about the other sequels we didn't know were sequels. So can some people send in sequels that you didn't know had sequels?
Yeah.
Like Mean Girls 2's a weird one.
That is a weird one.
No one really knows.
S. Darko I didn't know about until the W-rated guys picked it.
No, all these sequels. So come on, ladies and gents, send in your most unknown sequels because we want to know more. And then we should do our own research and find out about these. But it's fine.
We should. But
get involved. Thank you to everyone for sending in your thoughts and feelings and anything you send. Hopefully I've read them all out. I probably have forgotten something somewhere, There's a lot of socials. But thank you. Keep sending them in. If you want to hear us talk about Twilight, go check out Another Slice.
Yeah, anotherSlice.com/unequal sequel, $2.99 a month, bargainous.
You can hear us lose our fucking minds.
It's worth it for that, to be fair.
It broke us. The last film broke us.
Chart our descent into madness.
So we're moving on now to our next section.
This podcast is brought to you by AT&T Fiber with Wi-Fi. Whether you're into watching horror movies from your basement, watching sports from your backyard, or watching trashy reality shows from inside your car that's parked all the way in the driveway so no one in your family judges you, AT&T Fiber with Wi-Fi is the best way to watch whatever you want from wherever you are.
Get AT&T Fiber with Wi-Fi and add some Wi-Fi square footage to your house. Limited availability in select areas. Go to att.com/hypergig to check eligibility. Coverage requires extenders at additional charge.
Why is it that with sparkling water, I'm always playing guessing games with what flavor I'm drinking? Is it citrus? Is it aluminum can flavored? Not sure. Sparkling ice, though, they really mean flavor. Like in-your-face flavor. Orange mango, black raspberry. Don't even get me started on the strawberry lemonade. Kiwi Strawberry slid right into my taste buds DMs last night and let them know who's boss. No subtleties there, and no sugar either. But it does have vitamins and antioxidants. Find Sparkling Ice at a major grocery store or club retailer near you. Sparkling Ice. Anything but subtle.
Love the way you look this wedding season at Men's Warehouse. With a range of sizes from extra small to big and tall. Explore top styles at prices for any budget, including designer suit and tux rentals starting at just $159. With over 600 locations, in-store consultations, and easy online booking, there's a reason why couples choose Men's Warehouse to find their perfect fit. Men's Warehouse. Love the way you look.
Sequel news.
I actually forgot what the next section was, so I thank God you came into that. I've got 5 things, and one of them is not very exciting.
Oh, am I picking now? Because we sort of
you
stopped
can
doing
pick
that.
Yeah, you can pick.
All right, 5.
Okay, this is the non-exciting one.
I thought it might be. Let's get out of the way.
The Batman Part 2 is reportedly set to start production in August.
Great. Don't care. Moving on.
1, 2, 3, or 4.
1.
Okay, this is the big one, and I think you know about it, but they're in development, apparently, rumoured mill. Top Gun 3 is in development at Paramount.
I do know about it because of our lovely movie podcast WhatsApp group of all the movie podcasters.
How do you feel?
Not good.
Not good?
Not confident, no. I'm not sure how they can catch lightning in a bottle twice.
I adore these two films. Top Gun 1 and 2 are one of,
I like two more
films.
than one. It's very rare where at the time when the sequel is better than the original. I can't see how they're going to do it with 3.
Because Tom Cruise will be about in his 60s. He can't be a fighter.
He's in his 60s now, isn't he?
Exactly. Well, he wasn't in his 60s when he did in Maverick.
Okay.
And they dragged him out of retirement like a Rocky film and put him in a plane or whatever. There's no way they can do that again for another film.
No, can't see it.
So rumours are it's going to be more on the Miles Teller, Glenn Powell characters. But I don't think I want a Top Gun 3, Rich.
No, me neither.
They'd have to make it exactly the same way. They'd have to put people in real planes again to get that look again. Because Maverick was so different. That actually put you in the seat of the plane and it looked so good and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I love Tom Cruise. And I just don't think there's any need for a Top Gun 3. I really don't. I know it made lots of money for them. What are we going to have? Top Gun : Rooster?
I don't want it, Dave. I don't want it. Let's stop talking about it because hopefully it won't happen.
I'm worried about it. But
yeah.
Yeah, Tom, if you're listening, can you not do that?
Yeah.
Can you just make another Edge of Tomorrow, whatever it's called.
Yeah, do that. Do Live, Die, Repeat 2.
Yeah. 2, 3 or 4?
3.
Oh, this is the big news. Star Wars confirms Jon Favreau movie The Mandalorian and Grogu will film in 2024.
Yeah, don't know. Series 3 was all right.
This is separate to that other film David Fellini was going to have when it put all of them in together. This is now maybe instead of a season 4 of The Mandalorian.
Which I didn't think have a season 4.
I didn't think we needed a season 4.
No.
I think season 3 ended quite nicely.
I think, yeah.
If anything, carry on with some other characters from the Mandalorian world. Like, he's not the owner Mandalorian anymore.
There's lots
others.
of Mandalorian, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I've been wrong before.
Star Wars announced things and then they never happened. So it might not happen. But do I want to see a whole movie? Probably. Yes. It depends how they film it.
Yeah.
Depends the storyline. I don't know. I'll be worried about that.
If they do it like a Western, then maybe it'd be all right. Go back to the series. What was good about Series 1, you know?
Series 1 and 2 are really good. 3 was fine.
It was
fine. I enjoyed it, but
fine.
it wasn't like 1 or 2.
No.
It was fine. But I just can't get excited for that. I'm more excited for the Daisy Ridley
Yeah,
film.
I'm not even really excited about those, to be honest.
Star Wars are not good at putting out films and actually saying, hey, we're going to put out this film, and then the film never comes. So it's like, I don't believe you. You're liars. You are liars, LucasArts. I don't think this is a real film. 2 or 4? 4. This is the rumour mill. The Polar 2 Express is being worked out according to one of its producers.
Another film to freak you out then? Like,
I'm about to say, this is nightmare fuel. I don't want to see this.
I mean, I think it's fine. I think the Polar Express is all right, you know. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's, you know, it's a nice enough Christmas watch.
Groundbreaking animation, and they drop the annoying kid with sex like this.
Well, I don't think they'll have that kid back again, but
they might put another kid with an annoying voice.
They
like,
might
sex like that, and
get Tom Hanks to play everyone.
They would have to bring her Tom Hanks back.
Yeah.
Yes. And have it not so scary.
Is it scary?
Polar Express is scary.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is for me. Don't know why. Don't know why. Last bit of news, and this is the one that I again think you know about, but quite excited. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland officially developing 28 years later.
Now, this is one I actually am excited about because I've been banging on about this for so long. Like, I wanted 28 months later, but yeah, I'll take it 28 years later. It's fine.
So we're skipping months. We're going to
years.
And apparently they're developing a new trilogy. Oh. So I guess it would be part 1, part 2, part 3, because they can't do like 28 centuries or millennia later, right?
I think it'd have to be 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know I love these movies. The first one I really love. The second one I think is good. This third one I've been waiting for it for so long. So long.
There is reports that Cillian Murphy is going to be returning as that character as well. Yes. Oh, look at his little face. He's so excited. That's the most excited I've seen him all day. And I think those two, Boyle and Garland, coming back with Murphy.
Yeah, please.
Mamma mia, let me have that film.
I mean, I'm not saying like Robert Carlyle isn't brilliant, but I want Cillian Murphy back from the first one.
People forget we've done our anniversary special on
on weeks later. And Idris Elba's in there, Jeremy Renner's in there.
Yeah, it's a big movie.
It's got loads of great cast before they were massive people. And the beginning's great. I think the rest of the film's quite good. I think it's a little bit underrated, actually. Yeah.
I think it's a good film. It's just suffers from not being as good as the original, I think is the thing.
And I like this world, and I'd be interested to see that the infected, because I don't think they're really zombies, because they're running infected people, how that's changed.
Yeah, they're not zombies.
Years.
They're not decomposing. You know, they're infected. They're people who are alive but infected with a disease that makes them crazy.
Rage virus.
Yeah, they're not zombies who are dead and come back to life. They're not reanimated corpses. You know,
what do you think is going to be? How do you think? Like, are we living with the
I don't know.
Now?
I hope it's still in Britain. I hope it's still, you know,
because in the end of the last one, the bit at the end is that it gets to Paris, doesn't it? And there's noises. It's got here, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't really want. I don't want World War Z. You know, I want it still a contained story in the UK. So
you don't think it's going to be global? The infection,
it might be, but it's just not what I want. It's not like. I think it's. What I like about it is it's these small contained stories. And that's sort of what I want, really. I don't want don't try and remake The Walking Dead or any of those big zombie movie.
I think quite low key would be great. Apparently, the reports say that each of the sections or parts are going to have a $75 million budget, and they're shopping it around.
So that's not a lot. That's not a lot of budget, really.
This is Danny Boyle. He can make that
work. Yeah, if you keep it small and contained, like, you know, that makes sense.
That first film is so good. I'm excited by this. I think that's the first. Like, when you say Top Gun's going to try and do another one, fucking nervous and oh my god, please don't do that. But when you're like 28 days later,
yes, please,
that can totally work in 2024. So excited about that. That's all sequel news. We've done it.
Lovely.
Brilliant. Let's move on to sequels that we've seen. Na, sequels that we've seen.
This is easy. I ain't seen none.
I have also, I'm just going to double check, but I don't think I've seen any.
I've not seen any. I've not even seen any that I could sort of squeeze into pretending that they are sequels. No, none at all. Sorry.
Okay, let's move on straight on to Movie Club. Do the thing.
Ooh, Movie Club.
Right, I have seen a few films.
Me too.
Me too. I said at the beginning of the year, I watched in Canada, before it came out, before Christmas, The Holdovers.
Yes. I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil it for me, because
I'm just going to tell you, it
looks great.
You have to see this film. It's genius. It's brilliant. It is a Christmas film, Rich, so get ready for that. And it was just magnificent. And I watched that film and I thought, I want to watch more filmy films because me and you, we watch a lot of not filmy films, sequels.
I went to the cinema a few times actually over Christmas because I had some time off. I did go a couple of times.
You saw Wonka, didn't you?
Oh, God, I loved it so much.
We all loved Wonka.
It came out on video on demand today and I've bought it.
He's about to go and watch it. This is why we're getting through this.
We're going to go watch it. I want to go watch it with George.
Incredible. So you saw that. What else did you see?
I saw at the cinema. I saw Ferrari.
Oh, how is it?
The Michael Mann film. It is incredibly compelling racing and crash sequences.
I've heard the crash sequences will live with you.
There is one which will never leave you. There is one particular crash at the end which will never leave my mind. There's those incredible crash sequences strung together by very dull stuff.
This is what I've heard. Yeah.
It comes out at a kind of 3-star movie, but honestly, if you could give it stars for points, it ranges from a 1 to a 5.
How long is it? Do you mind me asking? How long is the film?
It was pretty long. It was over 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember, but yeah, I think it was reasonably long. But yeah, it does drag in the bits between crashes, essentially.
Brilliant.
So yeah, but I think that's all I saw at the cinema actually. But I did see some other movies that are reasonably new.
Well, let me get to the cinema one. I'll get the cinema ones out of the way.
Go on, then. You saw a lot more at cinema than me, I think.
Well, I saw The Holdovers in Canada. And then I went and saw Wonky in Canada. Wonka. And I have to agree with you, it's delightful.
Oh,
it's
God, I loved it.
And
I did, it was everything. I laughed, I cried, I had a little sing. It was amazing.
It's delightful, like family-wise. And yeah, I think they had the Paddington feels, which is great.
It did.
When I got back, I went and saw Aquaman. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I did
then
see
I
that,
saw
obviously.
Next Goal Wins.
I really want to watch that. I really want to watch it.
I would say have you watched the documentary?
No, I haven't.
Watch the documentary first.
Okay.
And then watch the film. It's pleasant enough. It doesn't feel like it's a loved Taika film, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's not as good as the documentary, and they do change an awful lot, which they make it more of a comedy, obviously. But it is a nice, heartwarming, underdog sports movie. So I enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah.
And there are some very funny bits in it. And it was fun. What else did I see? I saw the other night The Mean Girls, the musical movie
how's
thing.
that?
Rich, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
I think a lot of people have really enjoyed it, as far as I can tell.
I know it's been on Broadway for a while, and I've never heard any of the songs. So that's what I try and do when I haven't seen a musical, is not to go and listen to songs before I see the musical. And I like Mean Girls. My wife really loves Mean Girls, and that's why we went and saw it. And you know what? The songs are really catchy, really good. And it is basically Mean Girls with songs. And it's the same kind of film, and they've just updated a few bits to make it a bit more relevant.
Okay.
So in the original film, you know, when the burn book, they photocopy it and then throw it around. Well, you don't have to do that anymore because everyone has phones. Yeah. So, and it's stuff like that. But I really enjoyed it, actually, and it's stayed with me the last couple of days. And I was listening to the soundtrack yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, this is a banger.
I'm a bit like that with Wonka. Like, George hasn't seen it yet, but he knows all the songs off by heart.
Good.
He was singing the song on the way home from school today.
Do you know none of those songs have been nominated in the Oscar round?
That's mad. That is mad.
Weird,
they are brilliant.
I agree with you. I think I was humming the Wonka soundtrack afterwards.
Written by Neil Hannon from the Divine Comedy.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I just got to quickly talk about Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire.
I haven't seen it yet.
You still are refusing to watch it, right?
Well, only because you told me it's everything I hate in a movie. So,
I mean, if this came out in 2023, it would be the worst movie this year. I think it's not as bad as Expendables 4.
Right, okay.
But it's up there.
Okay.
And I know I can't really talk about this film until I've watched his longer cut. But then that annoys me that when I say Zack Snyder is putting out a longer cut of a film that he should have just put out and made a decent film in the first place.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is a sequel coming this year, so you are going to have to watch that. And if it's anything like this, it's going to be an absolute train wreck.
Great.
It's
I did watch
awful.
some movies on streaming and stuff, so there are a few I want to talk about on that. But
brilliant.
Hopefully better than Rebel Moon.
I saw one more plain film.
One more, yeah.
Called The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is a vampire film on a boat, which still hasn't been released in the UK. It's come out in the US and stuff, and I thought, I'm going to watch this film because I'm not quite sure if I'm ever going to get to watch it if they ever release it. It's fine. It's good. It's nice seeing a vampire on a boat, basically.
Fair enough. There
you go. And then I'm just going to go into it and then I'll let you go. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife, we're doing this thing when we've each picked a film each to watch a month. So we kind of
okay, nice.
So because we each your films are shit, my films are shit kind of thing. But we're no. And she picked Down with Love. You remember the Ewan McGregor, Renée Zellweger film?
Yeah.
Which I've never seen.
I've never seen that, no.
And I tried to watch it back when it was released in 2003 and I didn't like it and never got all the way through it. And I quite enjoyed it more. It always feels like it should be a musical and they're about to sing, but they never sing. And it feels like a really strong, female-powered film. And then something happens at the end and it takes that all away. And I haven't quite got over that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anyone's watched it can agree with that. I also, for the first time ever, 2 films. Stand By Me.
Yes.
Which I thought I had seen. I don't think I've ever seen that film because I was surprised by everyone that came into it. I was like, what? Kiefer Sutherland, John Cusack and stuff like that. What a film that is. You consider River Phoenix is a brilliant child actor. Actually, all the child actors are great in that film. It's such a lovely film, story about childhood friendships and stuff. And then my film to pick, my wife picked Down with Love, I picked Singing in the Rain because I've never seen Singing in the Rain.
Okay.
What a movie that is.
It is a great movie, yeah.
Oh my!
I was surprised you've never seen it.
Made a night. This is what I'm trying to do. Trying to see these films at my blind spots.
Yeah.
This year, but Singing in the Rain, guys, from 1952. I don't know if you've heard of it.
What a revelation!
The music, the dance and the choreography, and it's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
There's a bit when the guy runs up 2 walls, and I'm like, that's great. And then he goes to run up a 3rd wall and goes through the wall. Brilliant.
Oh, I can give you some movies to watch that you might not have seen. Like Have you seen The Apartment?
Nope.
Oh, go watch The Apartment. It's great. Or His Girl Friday. Have you seen that?
Nope.
Oh, what about The Third Man?
Nope.
Go and watch all these movies.
This is my problem. So that as my year, my 2024 is going to be. I bought. You remember William Friedkin's Sorcerer film? It's not.
No,
don't
remember
it's a
that
big.
one. Yeah.
It's about them getting something across the bridge or something. Apparently, it's epic and brilliant and really tense.
Oh,
It means
okay.
watch that. I bought that the other day to watch, so hopefully I can watch that soon. But that's my 2024. I'm going to try and broaden my horizons a bit more and see more of these worldly films that I should have seen, the 1,001 films to see before I die kind of thing. I mean,
nice. Okay.
I'm not going to squeeze. I looked at Lawrence of Arabia the other day and found out that's just under 4 hours.
Yes, it's long. It's long.
But I know it's the film Spielberg watches before every time he makes a new film.
It's long and very epic. I'm not sure. I've seen it. I'm not sure I'd want to watch it again.
It's currently $2.99 on iTunes, whatever it's called.
Okay. Fair, yeah.
So I'm tempted.
I mean, in terms of like cost per minute, that's pretty good.
Actually, that's a really good way of looking at it.
Yeah. So just to take the tone down a little bit, I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem.
Great.
Me
I
and
watched it
George
again on the
really
plane.
enjoyed that. Yeah, we had fun watching that. It's great. The animation's brilliant. The story with actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is amazing.
That is the high point in that film.
I really enjoyed it. I watched something called American Underdog, which is Zachary Levi in an American football story. It's a true story of basically a guy who tries to make it in American football and doesn't, ends up working in the supermarket, and then for a roundabout way comes back to American football and ends up winning the Super Bowl.
How did you end up on that film?
That just came up as a recommendation. I think because
Okay.
I watched Moneyball 45 times, then it just kind of comes up with these movies every now and then.
That's true.
I watched Saltburn, which I think everyone has been talking about.
I still haven't seen this film, and
Have you still not seen it?
I don't know if I want to. I think I know bits.
I was
because
really looking
spoilers.
forward to it, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was okay. I thought it's better than fine. It's good. It's basically the talented Mr. Ripley. You know, it's not a new revelation.
Talking about talented Mr. Ripley, did you know there's a new talented Mr. Ripley coming out? A
I
new
did not.
one on Netflix with
It's called Saltburn.
No. It's got Andrew Scott in it, and it's called Ripley.
Oh.
It's coming out soon. Saw the trailer
Interesting.
today, and I thought, Rich would like that because he loves the talented Mr. Ripley.
But yeah, so I mean, Saltburn's basically, in some cases, a shot-for-shot remake. I would say, Saltburn. Anyway, it's okay. I watched on your recommendation, The Creator, and I think.
Oh no!
No. I think it's very good. I think it's very, very good. I think it suffers from weird pacing. I think that in some places it zips by, and in some places it's overly long. But otherwise, I think it's a very good movie. And I think John David Washington is incredible. He is very, very good in it.
And everything just looks natural in that film, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's very good looking movie for what it is, for the money that it cost.
Yeah.
And I also watched Parasite. Talking of like Oscar movies.
Wow.
I've never seen it before, so I finally got around to watching it.
Okay, well, we won't do spoilers
I mean,
here.
I can see why it's Oscar worthy. I didn't love it. I thought it was a very, very good movie. I don't think I'd ever want to watch it again. But yeah,
It's kind of got that From Dusk Till Dawn vibe, as in
yes,
it's one thing and then another
But
thing.
I think I sort of knew that already, which sort of maybe
That's a
spoiled it a
shame.
bit. Yeah,
That's a shame.
That's the problem, isn't it? That I spoiled it for myself. I've also watched a load of like kids movies, like The Penguins of Madagascar and The Secret Kingdom, which is shit. Don't go and watch it. But I did see, surprised me, a DC League of Super Pets, which I'd not seen before. I watched with George. I actually quite liked it. I was quite happy watching it. Like,
that made more money than actual like Superman films and stuff.
To be honest, if it was in the DCEU, It would be higher on the list than a lot of those movies. And George really enjoyed it. You know, so
that's a good family film. So that's got The Rock in it and Kevin Hart.
Yeah. It's all right. There's
a lot of good animated films right now, and is that up there though?
No. It's not up there with all those things. But if you compare it to the other DCEU,
that's fair enough.
It's the upper end of the DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And anything else?
That's it, pretty much. There's some other bits, but nothing we're talking about. Mostly Christmas movies, really.
Last night I watched 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Does that age well?
Yes. My wife went, oh, let's watch a romantic comedy. And I went, okay. And then she went, 500 Days of Summer's on Disney Plus because it's in the section.
This is not a romantic comedy.
Well, I found out that those categories in Disney Plus don't know shit. But I wouldn't call 500
Have you not
Days
seen
of
it
Summer
before?
Oh, no, I've seen it a few times.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think it's
right, yeah.
I think it's interesting to watch it before. I think the first time I watched it, I wasn't in a major relationship and hadn't been through a big breakup. And now I've rewatched it and gone through all those feelings and stuff. And I think it's hilarious. I think sometimes it hits the nail on the head. How at one point you think everything's wonderful, and then you start looking back and everything like, oh no, that was a problem. That was a problem. And I think a little bit men and women will watch this film a little bit differently.
There was a great comment from M from Verbal Diorama on our WhatsApp group, and everyone was talking about like films with numbers in them and then what the sequel would be called, and it was like 5,000 Days of Summer, and she still doesn't want him.
Understandable. He seems like a bit of a dick, to be honest. I just think that's a really interesting film, and how it's put together, and the little cutaways. Like there's a song and a dance bit in it, and there's
I
a bit of
also
animation.
find it relatable having. Yeah, I find it relatable having been a bit of a dick myself. Yeah. So
also
it's a good movie.
When they split screen the expectations to what really happens. And I think that's a fantastic film as well.
That's very clever.
We've all been there. You think you're going to want some scenario, and it plays out very differently how in your head. And we've all been through breakups and how you handle it, and the 5 stages of whatever.
And relationships where the other person is clearly not as into it as you are as well. You know, like that does happen, and how you deal with that.
I think it's is it a romantic comedy? No. It's the best. There's not many better breakup films though. If you go for a breakup, I think you should watch 500 Days of Summer. I think it does help.
Not when you're like
thinking about
mid breakup. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but that's all my movies.
Yeah, that's all mine too, I think. Yeah.
Let's go on to TV Club.
3 great words. Free Fries Friday. Especially when they're used in that exact order. Get a free medium fries with $1 minimum purchase. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Valid one time on Fridays at participating McDonald's through 12/31/24. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
This episode is brought to you by the new true crime docuseries American Nightmare, only on Netflix. In 2015, the Vallejo, California Police Department received a strange phone call about a kidnapping. But when the truth is stranger than fiction, you won't know who to trust or what is real. A fast-paced true crime thriller with cliffhangers at every turn. Watch American Nightmare now, only on Netflix.
You don't have to buy custom window treatments in person, because Blinds.com invented a better way. Blinds.com is 100% online. There's no showroom markups or waiting hours for quotes from pushy salespeople. A Blinds.com designer helped me pick the perfect style for free. And Blinds.com shipped free samples right to my door. You can DIY or book a pro like I did with just one click. Best of all, everything's covered with the Blinds.com 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Save up to 45% at Blinds.com's end-of-season flash sale. Rules and restrictions may apply.
How does TV Club go? Did I do TV Club for Movie Club?
Yeah, because Movie Club's going to be Movie Club.
Oh, Movie Club. So this will have to be TV Club.
2024, guys.
Yeah. Mixing it up.
Before we get into anything, let's just talk about the Ghosts Christmas special that we haven't spoke about. Did it make you cry as much as it?
Oh my God, I'd completely forgotten about it. It was so long ago. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely.
What an ending.
Perfect
of a brilliant
ending.
TV series. I thought with Ghost they were going to do a Christmas special every year, and I accepted that. And it turns out that I don't think they are, Rich. I think this is it, and they've announced that no more. And I don't want to give away the ending of that series. And I did wonder how they were going to close it out. Oh my God, it's just beautiful.
It's a lovely ending.
It just wraps everything up so nicely. And I was like trying not to cry when I was watching it. I was like, just be brave, Dave. But what an ending to such a superb TV. So I think there's only, how many series did they do? 5 in the end?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
And there's only like 8 episodes or 6 episodes in the series. And the Americans of US Ghosts is still going, and they do 20 in a series. So they've pretty much already done more than the UK ones. It's a very different animal. But God bless that. It's one of my favourite ever series, I think. What a cast. But anyway, carry on.
So I haven't watched a lot of TV, but I have watched a couple of things that are worth talking about. So have you heard of something called Fleischman is in Trouble?
It's on Disney Plus, right?
It's on Disney Plus, and it is Jesse Eisenberg and Claire Danes. So the biggest leap you have to get over initially is that Claire Danes and Jesse Eisenberg are married.
I don't see it.
No, I don't see it either. But essentially, it's about Fleischman, who is divorced. He's newly divorced, and discovering that despite being a bit of a loser all his life, he is now very attractive to women because he's a doctor in New York and free and single. Has a couple of kids, meets up with old university friends, and sort of rekindles those kind of friendships. And then there's a twist, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone because you've not seen it, but yeah, there's sort of an interesting twist, and you get into it and think, oh, hang on, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. This is very different. And then that twist kind of resolves, and then the end, I don't know, it kind of peters out towards the end. It's a bit kind of like, oh, that's a shame. I thought it was going to be.
Is there going to be
more...
a second season?
I'd be surprised. It doesn't seem to me like it's a second season kind of thing. Like, I think it's a one and done kind of.
A limited run,
who knows? Yeah, limited run, yeah. Who knows? Maybe they might do another one, but...
Is that a recommendation from you?
I think it's worth watching because it's really interesting.
Because it started out like, oh, this is going to be good, and then
that's the journey I went on. I was like, oh, this is going to be really good. And then I was like, oh, it's going to be really good. And then I was like, oh,
it's not that good.
Okay. And then it was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was like, and then there's another episode, and I'm like, oh, that's a bit boring.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
How long are the episodes?
They're an hour.
Okay.
Sort of 50 minutes.
I can't fit that into my schedule at the moment.
No. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, and I don't think I've watched much else, to be honest.
I reckon I'll name some things and you'll say if you watch them.
Okay, go for it.
You might watch some of these things before Christmas, but Slow Horses Season 3.
Oh, yes, of course. Slow Horses. Oh, and For All Mankind I've watched as well.
See?
Yeah.
Hijack.
Can't believe I forgot these things. No, I haven't seen Hijack, no.
Oh, okay. Hijack is good. Idris Elba.
I've heard very mixed things. I've heard people say it's good, and I've also heard people say it's bad.
I'd watch it. I think I would put it in the good camp. There's some nice twists in it. Keeps you guessing along the way. It's Apple, and Apple only put out good things. Idris Elba is Idris Elba. He's brilliant. It's got some nice twists, some nice, I enjoyed 7 episodes. It doesn't overstay its welcome, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I would say it's an interesting watch. I wouldn't watch it just before you fly to Dubai or come back from Dubai. I would leave that a while. Slow Horses Season 3, it's still, I think, my favourite show on TV at the moment, and I'm so glad it's been renewed for 2 more seasons. Gary Oldman is just unbelievable as Jackson Lamb, is just an incredible piece of writing, and how he embodies that character, and the dialogue is brilliant in that film, in that TV series. Mr. Bates versus the Post Office.
I haven't seen that. I've heard people talking about it, but
Rich, watch it so we can get angry together. I can't believe certain parts of government and the post office and those poor people. It's a piece of English history recently that I hadn't really got up to date with, and now I'm furious like everyone else, and it's a shame that they had to make an ITV drama to get the gears and the ball rolling on people. And I think it's funny because I watch on the ITV X player, which is the shittest ever player ever. And I signed up for the 7-day trial, and weirdly, it doesn't cut out as much on the trial. It's very strange, though, isn't it? Yeah. ITV, you fucks. I've watched it now. I'm going to be cancelling it before I pay $5.99 for that rubbish. It made me super angry. Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. I know you wouldn't have watched it.
No.
Again, you'll hear different opinions. I really liked it, and I think it's worth a watch. It's very different to those other MonsterVerse movies, which are big, dumb, smashy, no character development, and it's written horribly. I thought Monarch, the characters were given time to breathe a bit more, and it's got Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, and when he's on camera, it's brilliant, and it just expands that universe a little bit more, and it fills out a bit more of the backstories of what the fuck's going on the Earth around these times, because it's set before certain films in that world, and I actually enjoyed that TV series more than anything that's come out of the Godzilla's versus whatever's.
Is it in that universe then? Is it the Godzilla versus Kong universe? Okay.
Yes. Godzilla pops up.
Oh, right. Okay.
Again, Apple looks great.
Interesting. I've only seen Godzilla versus Kong, so I don't know if I need to watch the other.
There's some stuff in there you'll understand, but it makes a big deal that it happened after G-Day, which is what happens after the first Godzilla film.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's set somewhere between. It's definitely a set between that first Godzilla and Kong versus Godzilla. Okay. Somewhere between that. A lot happens. It's good. Also, you'll be happy to know I finished Succession Season 1. I'm halfway through Succession Season 2. And everyone's correct. It's really, really good. Like, from the ground zero, how they developed characters and unlikable, horrible people and made them all 3D, all backstories, and how you can
also people you should dislike but don't.
Yeah.
Like,
massively.
like really sympathise, really feel bad for. Like, I feel that, I don't know if you've got to it yet, but I'm halfway
through season 2.
You've got a little bit to go yet, but there'll be points where you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not a fucking billionaire.
Yeah,
like,
it looks
or a
horrible.
billionaire's kid.
But that cast, they're so good. And how you can see where the money's kind of been spent on that series, because like the costumes are so good. They make you believe that they're billionaires and whatever, and that's how that life is. I think it's a really cracking bit of writing. Do those series. I bought myself a walking pad, which is like a running machine, but it goes slower and you walk on it.
Okay.
So I don't have to walk outside, like in the wind, like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I put an episode of Succession on, and I watch that when I do it. So
nice.
I'm very much enjoying that. And the last thing we should talk about is Traitors UK.
I haven't seen any yet. I haven't seen any. I'm saving them all, and I'm gonna binge it all.
Oh my God,
like I did last time.
Traitors UK is the best thing. I am obsessed with this program. So the fact you haven't watched any of it means I can't talk about any of it.
No.
It is so good.
I just haven't had the time, and I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to watch a couple and then not be able to watch them for a while.
Oh, Rich, you're going to finish one.
I just haven't got the time.
On.
Yeah. So
they are so good at ending episodes on cracking points and annoying points.
And I don't care about all the tasks and shit. I might even like skip that when I'm watching it and just skip straight to the traitory bits. Like,
well, I like to see how certain people behave on tasks, but. Yeah, it ends when this comes out. This episode comes out. The finale is on the 26th of January, and it's made January worth getting through, to be honest. It's so good. They've done Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights, and then you have to wait until the next Wednesday to see what happened.
Yeah.
Rich, I'm so surprised you've avoided spoilers for it.
I have, completely. I've seen nothing. I've been so busy this month that I've just not had that much time for
Mate,
TV.
I can't wait to talk about it next month then. Can't wait.
We'll talk about it next month.
That's all my TV stuff.
Lovely. Well,
anything else?
No, but I think what a lovely roundup to January. Really?
Well, we've still got the release calendar.
Oh yeah.
Annoyingly, sorry.
Probably
this will be super quick.
Look at what's coming out.
Any sequels? The answer to that is
no.
No, there are no sequels in February. That's a lie. There is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Oh, gosh. We're going to have to watch that, aren't we?
Also, there is the Madam Web next Spider-Man.
Does that, yeah, that sort of might count, I suppose.
That definitely counts. We just got to get through February and then we get June Part 2.
Okay.
So I don't know if we're going to do Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Okay, fine. No arguments here.
I don't think I want to put us through that.
February's a nice short month anyway, right? Like
we'll find stuff to do, but there are some other films. Argyle, I don't know if you've seen the trailer 50 billion times before. Every film I've watched in the last 4 months, it seems. The new Michael Vaughan.
I haven't, but I've heard of it. I've seen posters, I think, of it.
Driving mental. The Zone of Interest, American Fiction. Obviously, because it's Oscar season, so all these films. The Iron Claw.
Oh yeah, I've seen the trailer for that. That looks interesting.
Bob Marley, One Love, also is coming out. It's a bunch of films like that. Migration, the new animated film that I could have watched in Canada a month ago. The Ducks look sweet and fun. Yeah. But sequel-wise, it's empty, so we're going to have to find some things to do. And I think we'll find some fun things to do. And people seem to love our rewatches and stuff like that. So
well, we'll find some of those then.
But March is when things really start kicking in for us.
We actually get some sequels to watch.
Yeah. Rich, see us out.
I will. I was ready to see us out before the release calendar. I'm going to do it now. So if you've liked this episode and you think, do you know what? I want to listen back to all your other monthly roundups. There's loads of them. We started these ages ago. So go back in time and listen to those. You'll find them on your pod player of choice, along with all our interview episodes, which I highly recommend you watch. We have started recording season 6.
Boom.
And not only have we started recording season 6, I've put a skeleton plan out for season 7.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's done. So now we've got to do it. So you're getting 2 seasons this year. Guaranteed-ish. Not a guarantee. But yeah, go back, listen to those, get ready for season 6. We'll be coming soon. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that auto download button. We'll drop into your popular choice every single week. Get on the old social medias. Let us know what you thought of our monthly roundup. Tell us what you thought of any of the films we've been watching, any of that sort of stuff. Anything we should be watching that we're not. If you can think of any sequels coming up in February that we've missed somehow, let us know. We'll find them. And if you really, really love us and you want to hear us going slightly insane, watching Twilight movies, get yourself onto anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where for just $2.99 a month, you can become one of our super special slices, and then you can laugh at us torturing ourselves watching Twilight. Oh, it's a thing. It's
Twilight
a thing that
Part
we've done.
2, Breaking Dawn, will end in February.
Thank God.
Thank God for that. I would never have to say that name. Then in March, we'll pick a new box set and we go again.
Can we pick a good one this time, please?
I have got an idea. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay, nice.
Thank you for everyone for sending your thoughts in. We really appreciate that. Keep that shit coming in.
Yeah, we're on all the social medias. We're at Unequal Sequel on all of that.
I've come in early.
You come in early, but it's fine. Yeah, we're just on all of them, apart from Facebook, because we're not your nan.
Great job, Rich. Well done, mate. Season 6, as Rich said, people are starting to be organised to talking to them. So that's exciting. It's good to be back. And I've got nothing else to say. Thank you for listeners and all that. You're brilliant. You're brilliant people. And I love that people actually listen to this because it's mad. And that's great. And yes, thank you. Bye-bye from me. Bye-bye. And it's a bye-bye from him.
Bye.
See you on the next one. Sequel to this one. Have a good week. Wow, we sped through that.
We
are
did.
we're getting so fucking good at these. And now you can go watch Wonka.
I'm going to watch Wonka. Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Toodle pip.